All right. Welcome back to my expanded Divine panel of the Infinite Eight to divinely intervene as needed for my highest good, aka the highest good. Already a vroom vroom. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna see if these like big ass vintage earrings are gonna work for me. If they're gonna pull this all together. You never know. I want a different look today. I think I can rock this. Why not? Okay. I think I like it. I like it. Let's throw on the lipsticks. Okay. Where's the other lipstick? What are you doing? I thought we had a deal over here. Wait, where's my other lipstick? Fine. You don't want to show up? That's fine. Oh, I see it. It's okay. Jump the gun. Okay, let's do this. Oh, it's falling apart. Okay, I'm not being very nice. That's okay. You don't have to be nice to be cooperative. Rule number 1. You don't have to be nice to be cooperative. Though it is certainly helpful. Karen's rule number 1. That's how to do it. Okay. Anyway, the other one is right over here. All right. So this is Operation Empress Diaries number 38, which is 11, master number 11, Harking, the master aspirant and achiever. I always memorize it as the master initiate. So, I mean, I think it's all the same. But, so with all of that, this is cheers to achieving the best results by the power of Grayskull. I now have the power. Something like that, you know? That's where I'm at today. Or this week, anyway. That's where I'm at moving forward. That's the way I'm gonna do life. I like it. Okay, so energy cards. Now, I was gonna go ahead and just like draft the communications of the stuff that I need to head into this week, and I feel like it's gonna be more serious than just dry. I think the serious feels of it is going to alleviate the boredom of its dryness. Like it's getting somewhere at least. And I don't know if I'm going to head into that right now. I may do the reading on that legal candle. But that's what I don't know. I'm just going to free rein this one. I don't feel particularly social today. And so I don't know if I should ask for the graces of the way I feel about things right now. I think it's pretty much understood. So I'm gonna take it upon myself. Take the power vested in me to not apologize, not ask for forgiveness. I think this is it's all legit. Knowing that what I'm dealing with, this is kind of like my happy medium. At least just getting on here and figuring things out. Okay, with maybe some limited explicatives. I think that's that's a good goal. That's a good goal to have right now. All right. Okay. 3 of Wands on the recipient side. I'm looking out for what's coming in. Okay, so a ship is coming through. It's rather large or very close or both. The wands are lit. Ding, ding, ding. Okay. I don't have to have my email notifications on strap, basically. Because I get so much junk mail, and between several inboxes, it's like I will be called to check my email. It'll be at the right timing. Pick up the phone for the right calls. I'll know which one is spam and whatever. It's going to play out accordingly. There's fate in the mix, fate in my favor, and I'm down with that. Fate is down with me. The sisters of fate are down with me, and I'm down with that. Okay, that's what are you going to worry about? This is life. It doesn't stop here. That's what it is. All right, so 3 of Wands. That's something great to look at here. Now, Knight of Pentacles on the doing side. This is bringing along something, okay? What is it? These are energies. So this is like kind of dragging something through if it chooses not to walk with me, okay? So it can, drag it forward like maybe a toddler throwing a tantrum if need be. I don't think it'll get that way. I mean, that seems so chaotic in its like cartoony form. For me to do that to people who are experts within their field, I I I don't think it'll. I mean, that would be really weird. I mean, that will be a new challenge, a new setup that I am not accustomed to. But each day is different. So I know that this, like, everything is a simulation, and so I should treat it kind of like playtime. You know, um, pay respects. I'm supposed to enjoy this ride too. This forum, and so. Let's just go with that. Not everything has to be so like aggravated in a vice and um at a warring state. Yeah. I have to realize from this like leverage of equilibrium that if people choose to act like that, that's they're stirring their own pot, you know? And so what I mean, like I don't choose to get mixed up in all of that. I'm just watching my candles right now to make sure that everything's okay. And it seems to be okay. Let me just check one more time. Give me a second. It seems to be... Hold on. Give me a second. I have to turn on the lights, so hold on. Hold on tight. There we go. Can I put that there? First, possibly. Possibly. I'll try it. We shall try it. I hope it'll work. Okay, so I shall put you right over here. Calm down any kind of stuffs. Okay, I feel like that'll calm things down. All right. Okay, so now for the energy cards. Okay. Actually, those are the energy cards. We're looking for the Segue cards. This is kind of hinting towards that, like, yes, we're going to move it along, okay? I am going to take action, but there's no rush. Like, even though the last reading said, okay, go ahead and issue out communications. Just start to sprinkle it in. But I think it was mainly just to kind of coerce me to getting into that state. Of the doing part, not to rush into it. So especially with all the interruptions, like at this state, I don't think it is beneficial, like especially when there's disruptive energies in the mix of trying to like sway it this way or that way, like trying to mess with my crown chakra or third eye, whatever. That I should be careful, with adding a few more seconds to this. And so that's where I'm at. And mind you, should I put one on right now? I don't know. Okay, I think I'm okay. Let me see here if I need to put my hair up a bit. Cause I have protections in place, but I just want to make sure that I am okay on this. Okay. So, yeah, I'm gonna put my hair up. Oops. Alright. So, this is not meant to control things, but just to, tread carefully. And, okay. So, I should automatically assume that whatever will transpire, will be for the best, and, yeah, just for the best. And so, cheers is what I'm saying to that in advance. I'm gonna send my higher self in advance of appreciation. All right, so segue cards. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. Energy. Okay, this makes sense. The next World Tarot. Segue. Okay, we're leading into it. With our intuit. Oh my God. Tina, help me, help me. All right. I'm trying. I'm doing. All right. Gratitude. All right, which one goes? Okay. Left, left, right. Okay, left, right. As is. Yes, left is. The Magician in reverse. Right is Knight of Pentacles. How crazy is that? On the double? Weird. Weird. So it's really pulling things through. What do they call that? It's like towing the line. I don't know. I don't know anything about boats, and I don't know. What does it mean? I want to know. Towing the line. What does it mean? It's a common misspelling of the correct idiom toe the line, which means to conform to rules, standards, and expectations, often unwillingly, by aligning oneself with an authority or group's demands, like placing your toes precisely on a starting line. It signifies obedience, discipline, and adhering to a specific boundary or doctrine. Even if you disagree, drawing from origins in military formations or races. Okay, so let's put that into perspective. Let's not just assume. Okay, so this is about compliance, following the rules and conforming to them. And that is for the absolute best. They always say the client is always right. So the formation of these rules should accommodate the client's best, like be best representative of the client's interests, right? Right? We want long-term relationships, don't we? Good ones. We want word of mouth appreciation to expand one's own horizons legitimately. Okay? So I'm not going to assume that I'm not doing this stuff. Okay? I like it. I like it. Okay? Um, okay. Okay. All right. We're getting somewhere here. All right. So weird. The magician in reverse. Okay. Internal, external. Okay. Okay, so it's internal and energy, not external. Okay, they're very specific about that. Okay, this is more about objectivity rather than detachment. Okay, okay. So involvement doesn't always mean that you are. Uh, this one involvement. Okay, so not detached. Okay. So in this case, involvement is also inclusive of being a part of it. Okay. Okay. All right. So this is not like I'm an inside party on this, meaning that communication should be respectful, and I can expect to command that attention. Um, and I shall address any missteps the in just the basic areas of respect accordingly. Okay, so that's rule number 1. Okay. Okay. This also means I don't need to go off the deep end and be like super accommodating, like super nicey nice and act like I have my admin, pants on. So magician in reverse. This is being objective, more objective on this. Okay. So this is also being not so fixed on the results. Okay, results or response. It seems like I should not be so fixed on the response, but I should be fixed on the results. That's what makes sense to me. Not so fixed on the results or response. But it's the other way around when I check the energy. I should not be so fixed on the results, but I should be fixed on the response. That's weird. It almost feels like I'm playing detective, like I'm playing good cop, bad cop. So I'm framing a situation in order to receive an appropriate response. But honestly, I don't give a fuck about the response. I give a fuck about the results. You know what I mean? So, what? What? So, um, in a complex situation, one would suspect that there may be either headbutting or a bit of a back and forth, like kind of buying time. Or, like having to like play doh with certain egos, like play doh with certain positions. People have to kind of fixate where they're at as well, how they want to respond. Okay. So, I don't know. It's just, So with very difficult energies, when you expect bare minimum respect in responses, like how that's delivered, like I had one attorney say something like, oh, when did it dawn on you, you know, that this blah 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 blah. And so it's also important not to get triggered when people try to like little pumpkin me, dear, sweetheart. I don't know. So it's important to take my pauses. Okay. But looking at this, like some people, you have to realize that some people have to digest their aversions with me, especially if they take me very personal, like a personal hit of whatever sort, God knows what, that there's going to be like a little bit of a back and forth. And so that's why the hauling in. That's why we have a duplicate of the Knight of Pentacles. Just bringing it in, just coercing it, you know. Okay, so now the header cards. Okay. We're using the Quantum Tarot on this one. But this one just came out on my lap. It is 9 of Wands, extroverted. Attention! It's kind of like opening a portal. So there are actually more energies present here than likely what's depicted on the numbering system. And it's weird because I have no major inhibitions when it comes to what needs to be relayed. So seeing any kind of number here and doing this live, anybody could be here, is kind of strange for me, but it's also liberating. I have to say it's kind of liberating because in real life, everything is just, I have to process how other people process me, like what's allowed and what's not allowed. And to me, that's shameful. Definitely. So I'm learning. I think I'm doing better without being so sprawled out. I'm still discerning, so it's not like I'm like this always in real life. Yeah, there's different dynamics to whatever energies are around. So this is kind of like, this is my fixed variable of a setup. All right, so anyway, who the fuck cares? I have to go, BB. Oh my goodness. What the heck? Hold on. All right. Okay, first off, this is inverted. The devil card inverted. Ah! Okay, and then the next one is, right beneath it. It's going that way. Okay. Oh, the Queen of Wands, extroverted. Oh my goodness. This means like this is hotness all around in various angles. So like things are getting intensified, both internally and also in its muted form, like shh, in and also extroverted, like it's on blast. So this is in a variety of perspectives, as well. Like situation is getting hated, particularly with this girl. This girl is attractive. There's something like that. Maybe somebody has a thing for pink. Pink, something like that. But yeah, I've never seen this kind of a combo before. Almost like an equal sign. It's kind of, wait, it's like that. It felt like that. A big equal sign, especially when it's further apart. Kind of like that. But you know, the further apart they are, it's almost like a you know, like abbreviation, semicolon, colon kind of energy rather than an equal. You see what I'm getting at? Yes, that's what's going on here. I usually don't call it like that, but that is strange. Strange. Okay. So a high level of magnetism here. Because people think I got that oogity boogity. And I probably do. I do. Okay, so back here. Boop. 3, 2, 1, chase. Watch we go. Hey. Okay. To be announced. To be determined. I don't know. Well, let's find out. That's on the left side. On the right side, I have 7 of Swords. This is this bullshit? It feels weird talking about this stuff because it feels like vain for me to say stuff about my aesthetic. I was not raised that way. But to have subtle, quiet confidence. That's what I was raised to be like. That is class. It speaks for itself. Stuff like that. I gotta go pee. Excuse me. Talk about class. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay, so is it supposed to be like this? Yeah, it's supposed to be like that. The energy is for real, for real. Okay, so let's put it into context. Okay, so waiting for the ships to come in. I don't know what's coming in. I see a ship. I don't know what's on there. But they say wishes will be granted. Fantastic. This is Operation Empress Diaries. May I remind you, so it is solely and primarily for me. So, others might find it relatable. But, okay, so the magician, this is being, okay, detached? No, objective. Okay, objective to what's coming in. I don't know what's going to come in. As far as, like, legal or whatever, like, there's more than just, legal happenings. There's also illegal happenings. there's also like completely, I don't know what's coming in. Maybe it's a different ship than what I had expected. You never know. But I'm tired of feeling so congested and clustered and confined. Okay, those days I am clearing that from my table. I'm clearing that from my calendar. Okay, we're not doing that. Okay, anymore. So 2 of Wands. Okay, I don't know what's coming through. Okay, just be okay with it. Remember, we told Spirit we like surprises. Okay, so believe in the good ones. All right, so 7 of Swords, like bringing something through, You find out it's an illusion. What is it? Like, what is that? Like a magic trick? Let me see. Illusions. Lies. I don't know. Let's get a little bit more on that. Okay, so illusions, lies, deceit, deceit. I don't know what to expect, but this is just crazy. Deceit. Okay. I mean, it doesn't always happen. We don't have to doom ourselves into like a god awful plot just because we see that. See, there was a burp there. That was confirmation. Confirmation. Let's go with this. And then we'll go to the bigger, the upgraded to the bigger stuff, the bigger plot. Because as I was putting these away, this just happened earlier today. Look, I got some gnarly cards at first, but then, can I say it? Yeah, it's mine. Okay. On top of the deck was Diamond, which is you'll be receiving a gift, or receiving or giving a precious gift. Wow. One has already transpired. I'm already giving the gift of presents. Did I just spit a little bit? And then Sun in extroverted form, happiness and well-being extroverted. Fantastic. I like it. But for this, okay, let's clarify a bit on the Seven of Swords. I want to know. Seven of Swords may be very well-rounded. Just this? Or this? Both of them? Both? Just it. Okay, top. Again, Diamond. Extroverted this time. I like this. I really do. Oh, there's two more. Chair filled. Someone new is entering your life. That's inverted and owl. Good advice from a wise person. Okay, so this is clarifying the Seven of Swords. Okay, so this is almost like, okay, so as far as deceit is involved, because that was where it was flaring, looks can be deceiving, you know? Things are not always what they seem. Things are closer than what they appear in the mirror. That kind of energy. So, there's that. Okay. Interesting. Okay. All right. So there's a surprise here. This is external. So it's not me. Someone new is entering your life, and it's just to me. Chair is filled. A position in my life is being fulfilled. Okay. Good advice from a wise person. Okay. Energy. Okay, energy as in source. Okay. Good advice from a wise person. Nicole. All right. So, like, so there, okay. This is a more concise version of like of kind of a portion of the inner circle. So there's like sharing is caring type of energy here. There's receiving or giving a precious gift. It looks like there's kind of like soulmate material here. Coming through like with the proper exchanges. Maybe across the seas type of energy. I mean, following that, good advice from a wise person. All right. Yeah, so okay, so look beyond the situation, what it implies, okay? Okay. All right, so there's that. Any more? Not right now. Okay. Moving to the archetypes. Oh, thank you. Thank you, dear. Why did you get blocked? I don't know. Are you on 2 live streams at once? Why did you get blocked? Where did that come from? You must be multitasking. Multipassing. Okay. All right. Upgrading to the big uns here. All right. So, expanding on that. The unknown. The to be determined. The to be received. To be given. I don't know. There's some mystery here. What is it called? Perthrow? This thing? That thing? You know, kind of that thing coming through. So, Maiden. This is about the purity of the feminine form. Yeah, runes, definitely. Feels like there's something else here, but nope. Okay, so the Maiden, the box in reverse, and Gnosis. Okay, I need to brush up on my stuff over here because I have not used this deck in a while. But this is busting out of the box. Okay, it's like an unenfoldment, but pyramid style. So there's an expansion from the base, from major foundations, and it only drives upwards here. But it's kind of like, it's different in Gnosis, okay? So in this version, it's kind of inverse here, the box in reversal. So you don't start from the foundation upwards. This is like, okay, so that's the canvas, basically. That's where we start with. And here now, so there's like a plateau that you hit. Like this is the top of a pyramid, okay? And now it develops, it goes like down deep, further. So it expands its foundations further through the unknowing, the gnosis, right? So it's that's the message that I'm getting. Okay. So the unseen, it opened up to there, but let's go XLIV. Okay, the box. Okay, when in dark, limitation, rigidity, judgment, and fear. Okay, so that's where I could feel like kind of congested and all that. So, but we're not going there, are we? Unlocking gifts. Oh, thank you. I said that twice and it blocked me both times. So you're saying that I blocked you? Something suspicious here. Anyway, the box is the cage, the rules, the norm. Oh, we talked about that. Okay, so towing in the line. Okay. Gnosis. Okay. Read the rest? Yes or no? No. So I think that's enough to isolate, it's knowing there. So Gnosis is LXXV. LXXV, okay. LXXV, there we go. It's, so it's actually, Gnosis is listed here and instead of right here. So, my brain is not, okay, so if it's, if it's like this, it's like that. Maybe it's in reversal. Hold on. Gnosis is, okay, so the bird is, so it's like that. The bird is this way. So this would be more, okay, so that's upright. It's moving extroverted, so that would be extroverted in reversal. Okay. The keys are getting a little bit more complicated. Hecate. Okay, so when in dark. Okay, so that would be reversal. Yeah. Let me just double check here. Yeah, it's in reversal, extroverted. Okay. So when in dark, over intellectualizing and literalizing, asking others. Okay. Okay. So keep it simple. Keep it simple. But like, how do you work with something that's so like that has a lot of background material, um that has been um like not just private but also sus in its ongoings? Like, how do you dumb it down um without like am I supposed to play dumb? Like, what is this? Okay. Innermost knowing, mystic truths. Anyway, okay, so extroverted. Okay, so even with this like what it says here, I'm not to take it too literal. There's flexibility in the leverage between what I just, intuitively read versus what's on the books. So so there's a lot of mystery behind me. That's what I'm seeing here. Especially with the prefix of the maiden and upright. Um, Definitely that there are deeper roots. Okay. So take that into consideration. I don't have to speak in my feels of like the most hedonistic version of my feels that are totally valid in this situation. I don't need to go that deep into it. It doesn't call for that much of my energy because there are bigger things happening. So as much as I'd like to pin people down, um, this is not the power play move. The ultimate power play is in being able to pull back and trusting that the universes are going to help align this shiz. Mhm. That there's more of an importance in commanding respect and in knowing that there's a lot more to me. Like there's I have a greater purpose, and there, because of how complex my life has become with externals enforcing it in that manner, that there are side deals that, you know, elites and echelons and beyond them are attuned to and watching over, that I must be something like I mean like my role is some big shit material, and it's not to flaunt it but to um assume that role, which means I don't play small, which means I don't stoop to the level of getting heated over peanuts, you know. um oh shit, oh, excuse me. So, okay, one of my candles went out, the one that I fed a little bit of wax to, the legal stuff, so I think it drowned out and melted out and stifled the thing, so just give me a second. Oh, I have to turn on the light again, so where is it? Okay, is it there? Yeah, okay. Un momento. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oopsie daisy. Okay, what's going on over here? Oh, it didn't do too much. But, excuse me. I think we can call it a day with that one, right? I don't know. It shouldn't have gone out. Okay. I'll remove it. I can remove it. Okay. That's one thing. Didn't have to take on all of it. Okay. I'll put some of that piece aside. And excuse me. Excuse me. I said excuse me. I used my manners. Excuse me. There you go. Thank you. Very, very nice. Okay. Oh. Are you ready? Fan-freaking-tastic. Alright, that does it. Excuse me. Alright. I did as required. Okay. Alright. I'm almost back. I'm back. Alright. There's a chat timer. What does that mean? I don't know. There you are. Okay. Alright. We're back. And it's lit. Without going over the top. Ugh, okay. So, okay, the maiden. We're going to look at the maiden. The maiden is also in pink. What? Okay, so it's number 8, which is synonymous with the strength card and or justice in the major arcana. Now, these don't completely align with, the, tarot system. I just do it because I like to. And I'm sure there's the intention of, like, somehow connecting the dots. Anyway, the maiden is the virgin, the princess, the innocent. I told you, it's about purity. Okay, when in light, curious, enchanting, sensual, full of vitality. Fan-freaking-tastic. All right. That's enough for one day. Just kidding. All right. So, looking at that. This is about exploring okay, so this is like the purity like of a child, the innocence of like the inner knowing and understanding that there is great depth without saying I'm deep. I'm deep. Like what child does that? Like I'm deep. We're going for a deep dive. No, they just say some like gnarly stuff and sometimes it eerily connects to past lives and all that realm, the supernatural. It's telling. So gnosis is kind of like the self-discovery mode, and so I'm just going deeper. This is hypnosis. In its like tangible sense, like I do have control. It's not just like in the subconscious realm. So this is the feels of like inception almost, and having yeah, I think like the acknowledgement of its existence hauls in or like establishes a greater power of like it's kind of like initiation point to developments. So without saying big stuff, I know that there isn't just like a greater meaning to life, but also my purpose is unfolding. Like I have to make sense out of it. Like why all of this hullabaloo over like small shit? This is only like a fraction of my life. And this is more than just having to do with somebody else's greed or some association, some business entity. It's got to be something bigger than that. Like you have to be pretty small-minded to think like, oh, somebody is just trying to make it personal, or some ex-girlfriend of somebody I don't fucking know is trying to fuck up my life. No, there's got to be something. when you realize that people are being played like pawns and exploited for their weaknesses, like there's got to be something bigger, way bigger. And part of that, moving those pawns on the board, has helped me discover a little bit more about myself, you know, what I can do. And with, you know, as I move along further in this like discovery process, like the outskirts really shift without having to like, let's dialogue about this, okay? What did you see in my what do you call it? Like, I don't interview people and say like, you saw season 3 episode 9, didn't you? Didn't you? Yeah, I don't. There's like how crazy is that? That's crazy. Like there's some kind of inner knowing that I have that we don't have to have the discussion. Okay, I know you were there. I know you were exposed to it, and I don't have to like throw it down on people like in people's faces. Like there's an area of discretion. There's a an unspoken NDA that goes across the land. So I'm like, even when I interface with you, like even I don't know all of things that are all the details that I have, you know, divinated. Like what pertains exactly to you. I only know what I'm supposed to know as a direct connect when I'm supposed to, and if I'm supposed to. But yeah. Thanks. Man, glorious. What did I hear? What the heck? Hold on. I'm hearing something. There's a song. There's 2 songs that I'm hearing glorious in. I can't hear it now. I'm just gonna have to type it in here so I don't forget. Okay. I did it. I did it. Okay. Moving forward. Okay. This is not the open Q&A version, peoples. I don't feel like doing that. Okay. So, this is a journey of discovery for me, and I shall delve deep, and develop my foundations here. And it's not just like, what does it mean to be Tina? No, like this is more like, what is Tina all about? With or without the hokey pokey? I want to know. So we go with this. Okay, we're gonna go with it. 3 of Swords. Oh my gosh, how crazy. This is the first time I have ever freaking noticed that one of the swords is a Sharky. How crazy is that? I am protected by some big shit clients. You know, that's crazy. What? This is weird. This is weird because that sword that has the hilt of a Sharky is the one that penetrates like the heart, and it's like softest, like it's just like the softest portion of it. Do you see? That is the weirdest thing. I have never noticed that until now. That says a lot. Okay. That's weird. Why did I get that? Okay, there's only one way to find out. Is there a synchronicity or is there not? Goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Oh, this is like, okay. Okay, this fell in my lap. This is wonderful. It's wonderful. I don't know what else to say. So, yeah, so I have a Vara big papas. I don't know what it's all about, but I shall find out. Three of Swords, though. I don't, maybe some people, oh, this is sorrow. External and immaterial is what they're saying. So, because this one's about material and immaterial in its wealth. So immaterial. So this is about like gaining life experiences. I told you I grew up in a sheltered environment, and I wouldn't like parallel it to, I don't know, Amish, Mormon, or whatever, or like a version of a cult. This is more of like just a strict background. Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, there's a lot more out there for sure. And I don't know. This is like, how do I gain? Oh, okay. For one, yeah, I don't think this is bad, but at the same time, I don't quite understand this because with life experiences, you would think that you just move from one grouping to another, to a different environment, this and that. You know, there's a lot of touch points even locally, and I haven't even explored that locally. Like I've lived in a certain city for over like a decade and a half now, and I still don't know, like I haven't explored in certain areas of my city. It's not even that big either, so I don't, you know, um, I was just telling somebody this evening, like I haven't really been, one of the reasons why I haven't been enticed to travel is because I grew up in a time where there's some kind of like embarrassment with representation, and the idea of beauty standards are different from location to location. So the pretty privilege isn't as, you know, isn't like cookie cutter everywhere else. And that's the least of my concerns, but it's more so I wouldn't like, I couldn't even like think about having that kind of safety leverage when there's like that inkling that I might be bigoted someplace else. Like, why shovel? Like, try to like get, you know, life is already hard within its like set tone. So why would it, like, it's hard to earn, it was hard to earn money doing a regular thing. And so to save up and collect these funds and then possibly spend it and gamble it on a certain like vacation spot where I may be bigoted like that, why that's why would I want to do that? So there's that. So that's what I'm saying, like the touch points of like within my own city. as far as exploration, I thought that I would be able to, I don't know, like I had to kind of not just dumb myself down, but feel okay with going back to food service after having umpteenth years in an office environment and taking on special projects and this and that. And then, like, you know, going back to my teenage years, not my 20s, but my teenage years, into retail and food service, and even applying to, like, totally, what is it, like, when I say clean up a place, I'm not like, oh, like, this is what do they call it? um there's a certain term for it in retail where you like clean up the area or whatever. I'm not talking about like folding clothes and just like that shit. I'm like mopping the floors, cleaning windows, possibly toilets, etc. And it's like, how crazy is that? That I didn't even, you know, I couldn't even get a call back for any of these jobs that held multiple openings, and it's, I don't know, I just didn't understand it. So, with the reality of sorrow implying that maybe more life experience is needed, like where how do I go about that, right? What do you know, like, you're just gonna throw shit on my plate, like, what do you I don't understand. So mm, bigoted, you know, like encountering racism, or being perceived as less than because I'm not the preferred, um, I don't have the preferred background, skin color, hair color, titty size, height. um, I don't know, some shit like that, you know? So, you know, growing up in a with a background of like Pam Anderson and whatchamacallit, and what's her name? The blonde bombshell type of energy. Um, you know, in an era where women are absolutely objectified and there's nothing more to them, you know, that kind of energy. The unliberated Barbie energy. Um, where like you go to, like, I worked at this place, and we had like a gym on site, and it was the era of Victoria's Secret, and so they would put that on. You know what I mean? Like how like, I don't know, stuff like that. And talks in the hallway, you know. This is the same place that the global marketing, whatever the fuck his name, whatever his title was, would yell across the room and call me Nicki Minaj. Like, you know, and every, it was a common thing. I don't understand. So anyway, there's that. And also, like, yelling across the office, like, you know why I called you that, right? You know why I called you that, right? Whoa. So anyway, I don't know. I don't have janitor um in my blocked words. I don't know. There's other controllers here. Okay. So anyway, so moving on to here. What is this Three of Swords depicting here? So this is about, let's get back on track. Operation Empress Diaries, number 38. Cheers to achieving the best results. So let's go with that, okay? So, furthering on the Three of Swords on sorrow. What is this conveying? Like, what is it supposed to mean? Oh my goodness. Ten of Swords is on the floor. Great. Okay, King of Cups, Seven of Cups, the World card, Knight of Swords, Two of Swords in reverse, the Sun card in reverse, and the High Priestess. So obviously these are hella good cards basically, and it's to put into context down there, like I'm being served basically. This is slaying energy. This is killer assassin type of energy. So this is not just about being on target and having the right aims and follow through, but this is also about an assassin's precision and the objectivity in these like power moves that don't just target that doesn't just meet its targets, but this is like sustains them. Like this is like thought energy. Like this is what do you call it? This is the kind of energy that kind of can subdue and I don't, this is kind of crazy. This is really, really like powerful energy though, because when you look at this as thought energy, this isn't just telepathy, but like holding someone down to like accountability, like under severe scrutiny. This is the kind of energy that I have in you know how suspicious energies will try to triangulate you and corner you into a certain thing. This is that's messy. This is clean. This is a clean execution with but keeping the victim kind of alive. You know, there's I don't know, this is kind of crazy. So looking at this is a presentation from someone that is in a high position, that has eyes in the sky basically. So this is kind of like associations that basically are affiliated with eyes in the sky. So however you want to take that and look at it, that is someone that is kind of looking out. This is an offer. This is somebody that has been watching. They're presenting a full-on opportunity. This is like a full package here. Okay, so this is even talking up front, like you're vested after X amount of years. You don't just get the all access pass, but you also get there's certain kind of leverages here. Like when you retire, you'll have double on this, or blah 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 blah. There's like even upon introductory, upon the offer, not just induction, but this is the offer contains a full out set package, and so it is quite generous in its form because you won't see that very much elsewhere. But it's also safe to assume that there's more that can be offered. However, this is a lot already, as it seems. I can do some background check, like some homework on that, not just through like Google or whatever, but I also have to assume the guys that whatever I see on Google as far as researching will also give me like a regurgitation of whatever they want me to see. So my background work would also be in the intuitive states of isolating, like, is this a true form of what is the best offer, basically? Like, or are they shortcutting me because I don't know any better, you know? Who am I really working with? What are they already dumbing me down upon introduction? So there's a lot of like that's something that I have to look at there. But anyway, this is presenting a good means of closure. This is a world card. This is again at this plateau, this height of the tree. And when we look at these cards, I think the Father card is number 4, which is in link with the Emperor. But it's also, what was I going to say about that? It's Hierophant type of energy. I don't know. Some card. I think that's between that and the Hayworth Tarot. But anyway, there's that. Okay? There's that. It presents like the very best closure. Okay, Knight of Swords, and it's also going to expedite things. They can expedite things. They have the power to, without getting like, okay, it's going to be a process. Okay, give it a week, you know, lab test results, etc., etc. No, they can do it instantaneously within a call, right then and there. It's that kind of energy. Yeah, unblocking shit. And everything is seen. Trust me, you don't have to worry about watching your back. This is everything is absolutely seen, recorded, pre-recorded, etc. Like we have eyes on eyes, that type of energy. Yeah, that's kind of strange. And don't you know it? Like we realize that you can see beyond. This is nothing but the net, you know, kind of shot. Because they want me. I'm really that fucking good. So I think part of working on my triggers is also the triggering effect of like, when the fuck is this going to happen? Like, and how the fuck is this going to happen? So it's not just like the what is it? The minutia, the like poke the bear attempts of this and that. Okay, we'll put it under the guise of somebody's ex-girlfriend, some crazy ex that like belongs on one of those, you know, cops episodes. Or, you know, like, or somebody from the past reappears. Like, it doesn't have to be like, this is whatever's ongoing over here, like locally, is kind of like soap opera edition. There's real shit happening in the world, and some sneaky characters. So like the more important, like the substantial part in covering, like, can this girl handle it without me having to kind of see them as a rookie, you know, like treat them as a rookie. Like, can they really not just vibe, but have enough insight to not just be receptive to what's going on the outskirts, but most especially what's going on internally. Yeah, definitely. Because like, even with people who are like CEOs, like big portfolio type of energy, they don't got stuff rocking on the inside. Like, you know what I mean? That's what causes a lot of corruption. So there's that. Okay. So, again, this is cheers to achieving the best results. Okay. Thank you. These are my grandmamas. Don't you love them? They are nostalgic of proper soaps. Okay, so here. We'll go with these. Okay, all right. This is the proper way to go. Okay, both. So inverted, okay. Okay, inverted 10 of cups. So I am enough. I can speak. There's how do I say it? You can never say I love you too many times. It's kind of like that. So it's saying just that affirmation. It it will never grow old. It's, you know, there's a sense of personal, I don't even know what edification is here. Six of Swords right here. I don't know. Fucking fuck. Why does this thing keep... The instruction or improvement of a person morally or intellectually. Yeah. So that's okay. So it's properly used. Edification. Okay. Again, instruction or improvement of a person morally or intellectually. All right. A synonym for it is improvement, education, strong, betterment, elevation, enhancement, enlightenment, guidance, illumination, information, instruction, irradiation. That sounds so... I don't think that's the right word that I'm going for. Knowledge, learning, nurture, school, teaching, intuition, uplifting. Okay. All right. All right. So, it's basically reaffirming capabilities and worthiness of such endeavors, of such developments, and going through the, going through the muck of it and the mill of it. Okay. Bottom of the deck. There's a pause here, and the Chariot being in reversal. Okay, so this is a quick stop. Where are you at, Tina? Okay. So this is much more than my legal thing going on. Consider it like peanuts. So I'm not as super invested in, if somebody, so I'm not as triggered if somebody chooses to disrespect me or dumb me down or, gaslight me to, minimize the perception of leverage. As things will be dealt with, it's cool and fine. I move on. Oh, Six of Cups now is coming through with a Two of what? What is this? Oh, it's the High Priestess. Okay, so I have energies that back me. So they're like, oh, wise one, I totally understand where you're coming from. Now you have mediated yourself and understand your wealth. This is kind of like, I approve. I don't feel like you're gonna, have a mood swing and obliterate me. That's good. That's a good sign, Tina. Okay. Bottom of the deck. Page of Swords. You're learning. You're picking up on this stuff. Okay. The meat to the bones. All right. Okay. All right. So yeah, I think this is more of there's bigger things happening in this realm. You must tell my future. You must pay me first. Two can play that game. So what do I want to say here? Okay. Okay, can I ask specifically? Yeah, I can ask specifically. There's no harm in asking specifically and like, okay, so what's the new turn? Like what is the directive for me on the best directive for me for this legal stuff right now? Next, like what's the best directive? Four of Wands, home and hearth, self-realization. Okay, so this is again, they're reiterating what I just started out with, which was realizing that I am actually not just like I'm not a humble abode. I'm not like um uh, I'm bigger than that. So I'm way bigger than that. Like I'm a fucking castle, like Dracula's castle. Like, there's something historic about this foundation, and there's a lot more to me. So mm, here they're saying don't play small. Yeah, don't play small. Okay. Anything else on that? Okay. King of Swords. This is internal this time. This is working with facts. And the intention is to fix things, to mend things. This is a screw, like a power drill. So this could be, if I have to, I will screw someone over. But that's the intention, is to fix something, to mend things. He's on a port. You hardly ever see that with, this is kind of like the Three of Wands energy. I'm looking out for my ships. Interesting. That's weird. So the King of Swords usually has a throne, and so this throne is like building or fortifying the port. So this is determination on having my ships come through safe and sound. No mistake. It has the full moon in the background. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. This is definitely internal on that. Okay. So rather than being like, oh my, nobody's gonna save me, or that the person isn't gonna come through, I have to account for myself, okay? And I would be that much more proud of myself rather than handing over like the possibility that somebody else is going to fix it. Yeah, that's what that is. I mean, there might be that surprise feature, but it would be that much more fortifying should I get any pushback on this stuff, that not only do I stand correct, but others will come through to back me. So it'll be that much easier to like push forward. So anything else on that? Through this, yes. Uh-oh, hold on. Chocolate time. You know what I thought in my head earlier? In my utopian head? Read this first or after? after. Okay. In my utopian mind, I thought, okay, maybe I'm always thinking like, okay, maybe I can give these energies a way out and doing a compliance check. Like, I'm an internal auditor, so I'm doing this on behalf of like the best interest of all parties. So if I point out the facts and say like, okay, well, this is what happens, there seems to be a discrepancy. No, there is a discrepancy between this movement and this movement according to the standards set here, the rules set here. And that these energies who may come off as prideful or whatever would be kind of like awakened to like, oh, I see, like it's not it, rather than just saying like, oh, it doesn't follow procedure, it's saying like, oh, I could see where there's a disparity between this point and this point, and so, you know, I'll better my systems basically. Oh, like I didn't quite see where maybe all of these disagreements from, you know, previous clients or whatever have been encountered, because maybe there's like a common thread in that, or this is just kind of closing, yeah, closing that gap so that everything is a lot more efficient and a lot less frustrating for you in having to transact with several clients when your expertise is like within this particular field. So there should be no like um it should be like a well-oiled machine. So, you know, like I'm kind of helping urge that without being a know-it-all, and also giving a route um to kind of leave this prideful, like combative force, this deep shit material. Like we can all exit out of that. Like we can exit out of it safely. Like we can do that. So I'm thinking like, oh, like I'm 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 thinking like in the best case scenario that would be it. But it's not my job to find ways to coerce people into making the right decision. Either they have the character to do so or they don't. They've been doing this so frequently that it's not my job. I am not getting paid for this. If anything, it's draining resources from me, having to prolong this. And in the direction that it's already gone, people have already clearly made the choice of where they stand. So there's that. Okay. That's my utopian head. Like I thought, oh, you know, like maybe it could be this and that. And I already gave somebody a way out. And when they show a particular side to them that dealt with my option to out in that manner, that's a problem. That refusal, that defiance is a problem in itself, so heavily weighted that it is almost a um a sacrilege for me to offer this other route that would be more realistic in its vote of approvals. And I wish I'd come up with that sooner. No, I did come up with it sooner, but I thought that, I don't know, I just thought I'd try different routes, but like, so there's that, okay? So anyway, I don't control everything, but like what's coming up over here? Three of Swords. I told you. It's heartbreak. Oh my God, disappointment. I told you. So I'm glad I said all of that before looking at this. Yeah, again, it's not my job to try to coerce people and come up with solutions when there are clearly energies that are absolutely ultimately defiant. So it looks like I am going to have to legitimately screw someone over. That's just, they leave me no choice. to turn the tables and issue this, not accept it, but issue that, serve that to them. And I don't know, maybe it will have to go back to court, and maybe I will have to sue an actual attorney, or a CPA. Like maybe I have to do that. Maybe this is putting me to the test to see not just what I'm capable of, but maybe it's to confirm what I am capable of. Not if, but what I am capable of. And maybe, you know, maybe that'll lead me to an even greater percentage and volume of winnings, you know, because I have to account for my time and all of the distress incurred by this. You know, maybe I will have to research codes in order to speak within lawyer terminology. Yeah, maybe that's where my winnings are. Maybe that's the path of money that I am supposed to follow through with. Like, who's to say? Like, I've already caught all of these discrepancies. Like, I who's to say? So there's that. It's just strange to see Three of Swords like come up so frequently. And maybe that's what I'm called to do, you know? Maybe I'm supposed to be some badass lawyer 10 years from now, and this is just the starting point of it. I don't know. I like, yeah, I, I don't fucking know. Yeah, I mean, like, just seems strange because, like, when you go to schooling for this stuff, there's some kind of like financial support system to carry you through. But for me, like, I would have to learn from scratch from doing that, and also finding a way, some freaking way, to make funds to, so that I don't have another thing kind of weighing over me to figure out this and that, like, to I don't know. So there's that, and then being a mom for however long I get to be a mom for, you know what I mean? Um Before my kids get too old, you know? Um like what I don't, so I'm trying to figure out that part of it. Yeah. I'm just wishing that like one part of my life will get remedied and fixed, so that so I have the resources to throw down appropriately. Um, I wish it were that simple, even though I know the process isn't even simple with even a reduction of one area being resolved in my life. Um, let's see what else they have to say. Okay, so again, this is Operation Empress Diaries, number 38. Cheers to achieving the best results. Okay, so what do they got to say about that? Yeah, so I think it's probably best that I remain single, because nobody, no love interest um is like in modern times, people are a lot more fixated on their own. So it's, I don't know, I don't need another energy attempting to disappoint me because of some side agenda, some personal agenda. So I'm a lot more discerning, I would say. I'm not closed off, I'm just discerning. Now I have to see proof. I have to see proof. I'm not just listening and observing, but there's a limit to what attention I will pay on that note now. And I will need to see proof, evidence. It's just how it is, okay? Page of Swords, yeah. So learning, upright, this is good, okay? This is kind of also expanding boundaries, and also breaking boundaries. You want to see? It says do not enter, and what? Because you have a gate up? What? I don't know. I don't know what. Let me get a context on that. I didn't. I never really paid attention to the sign on there. What? Because you said so. You said I. You said I can't be here because you said so. Okay. What does this gate represent, though? What the heck is that all about? Okay. Okay, so there's... Okay, the ring. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business. So there's a commitment coming. Extroverted. Yeah, leaning towards extroverted. Boot. An increase in your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. So that's extroverted as well. And then funnel. It's more of upright funnel. Period of frustrations, lesson to be learned, or lessons to be learned. Boundaries, because you said so. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Like, what is this? Is this saying that I'm faltering? No. Oh, you know what? This is like set your foot down, okay? Relative to this energy, set your foot down. Sometimes, like, these boots are made for walking, and you can't just go with what somebody says, okay? Evidence is needed at this time. So, like, again, with that verbiage, like, you say I can't be here because you said so. So this is kind of, I have the right to be here. I have, how is it? Sometimes achieving, like, goals can be as simple as saying that I have a right to be here. That I have a right to exist. I have a right to be able to afford the cost of living. That divorce should not penalize me if I don't have a police record to back that of, certain violences. It shouldn't have to go to that extreme form. Yeah, I am even more so legit being here unmarried. You know what I mean? This is a level of commitment. It could be a commitment to self as well. But that's where it starts off at. The funnel, though. Period of frustrations, lessons to be learned. Okay, tell me, what kind of lessons do I need to... It's not just standing up for myself and taking up space, but knowing what true commitment is. That's what I'm understanding from these three cards here. Let me see here. Okay. I'll go with this one. Okay, so there's... That's true, I would imagine. Okay, so this is reciprocation and being able to pin that down. Yeah, this is about... So the lessons to be learned here is... demanding reciprocity. Okay. Yeah, so this is having to pin that down. Okay. That upon signing any documents that there is it indicates reciprocity, that there's like a mirroring effect in that. So if there's leverage or certain wordings provided in one document for one party, and the verbiage should match the other. It shouldn't be like, oh, that's, you're holding things up because it's an administrative thing that doesn't even matter. Well, if it didn't fucking matter, then everything should match, indicated on both. The liabilities, the rewards for each, okay, for each party. Or even the tone of, like, certain wordings that are used, like, it was, like, procedurally done, like, what do you call it? In certain clauses, I did notice, and this guy knew. He's like, I could change it if you really want to. That was over a phone call, I don't know how many months ago, and he completely, like, he didn't address it after that. But he did change something in one of the edits without calling it out. That's complete sus behavior. And all the times that I asked for a number in order to validate it, because the contract also said to validate it, like, they would encourage us to validate and verify the numbers. I asked for the numbers multiple times. Ignore that. Like, I can, he sends a letter saying, I could come up, in addressing that, I could come up, I have a formula, and we can go over it for a fee. It's like, dude, okay, so I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, I didn't take it personal. It was just like, okay, well, give me the verifying documents, give me the formula, and give me your calculation. I'll figure out the rest. Ignore that. Ignore that. And so I have reason to question upon signing. It is not purely administrative. It is not defiant. It is not insubordinate. It is not, there's something invasive about the procedures that he independently followed, and his colleagues or his associates, his affiliates. And so this is something about, the frustration is legit. That is what they're counting on. So somehow I become unhinged about it. But this is all, like, response to facts. These are observations. So lessons to be learned. I don't think I'm the one to learn the lesson here. This is a lesson that I need to learn. What true commitment is, what reciprocity is, being able to take up space in a room and being absolutely legit at that. That I'm not going to be a little kid. Okay, somebody wants to be a grown up. This is about me teaching other people a lesson as well. That I wasn't born yesterday. And I'm not all just fun and games. That because I dress a certain way or wear a certain color or wear a certain gemstone or jewel or extra this or that, that I am illegitimate. That I'm not credible enough. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, so remember, I am bigger than this. Okay. Okay, so, all right. Seven of Cups. Okay. Resources. Okay, so it's reaching for the closest one is reaching for the first one is looking at this one, which is like the Venn diagram. So kind of like the common ground there. And that's where I was initially wanting to go. Okay, discrepancies between this document and this procedure, like how it was carried out, that they're misaligned. Okay, so speaking facts, let's go with that first. Okay, and I should not be charged for that. That is not a matter of opinion. Those are facts. Okay. So, okay, let's not be like, I'm a little teapot, going crazy like that. Like immediately escalating it. But the next move is if there's pushback on it, on costing additional, we'll just one step at a time. Okay, let's see how this goes. I like to clarify around this because this is Six of Pentacles. Is it? No, it's Nine of Pentacles in reversal. Okay, so looking out for my own garden, staying in my lane, basically. Keeping to my lane, okay? This is more about paying attention to my garden, looking out for my garden. Okay, looking out for my assets for sure. Okay. Yeah, because the next one, like in its immediate form, is either biohazard type of energy or the devil card. And either way, like the biohazard, look at it. I just noticed here with the high priestess thing here. Yeah, biohazard energy. Don't I know how to go about that? Look at that. I will know how to go about that. And the devil card, I already know, like, like I told you, surprise, surprise. Okay, moving forward, I'm kind of like, I find that shit tedious, so energy for me. Unicorn in reverse. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Deep down, I will know. I shall know. Yeah. Like there's an ingrained, like I've lived this life already. Like this is a repetition. Like, do you remember? You remember that time? Back in the year 1240. Do you remember what they did to you? Do you remember how you threw down? You were epic. You were epic. Okay. The wall. Misunderstanding. I mean, if I look at it that. Yeah, extroverted still. Okay. I was like, am I doing that like all correctly? Because when you flip it, it's a little different, according. So, anyway, a misunderstanding escalated. This seems a little political. I'm calling it a misunderstanding. I know it's not. I fucking know that it's not a misunderstanding. But if that's the way I will get my way in order, like this is a common ground where we kind of save face, like middle ground, like nobody calls each other a dumbass. It's just there's a misunderstanding, that kind of energy, where this is saving face. This is a politically correct statement so we can push things forward properly. That's the juice. That's the juice right there. This is actually the ideal way to go about this. Like in the 3D terms, this is not utopian in its ongoings. This is like reality check. This is most likely what would happen in its best case scenario. So cheers to that shit. Let's get this shit over with. That's what it looks like. Okay. Okay, let me get some tea here. I forgot that this thing was okay doing its thing. What kind of changes do you think you will make? What do you mean? But that's true. Well, I think the biggest misstep for me in this learning process is thinking that, you know, just because someone goes, dun, 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 I own assets. I can save you. Just because somebody claims to have something, to be able to do something, doesn't mean like it's my flame is going a little crazy. Give me a second. Whoa. Okay, don't go too crazy. We don't need to go that crazy. It doesn't need to be that crazy. Okay. Hopefully that'll calm it down. What was I doing? Shoot. I don't remember, but that's okay. Cheers. Oh gosh, we're going into it. It's almost to the second hour. Okay, now it's time for takeaways. Yeah, let's do takeaways. We're gonna do this before the stroke of midnight. Okay, so first. This is the first deck. Bottom of the deck is... Oh yeah, just because somebody claims to have assets and like, you know, caresses your ears and like, I can tell you, I can do this for you, I can do that for you, I like you so very much, doesn't... All right, deliver. I didn't put you up to this. Deliver. I wasn't the siren says, give me this, give me that. I didn't do any subliminals like give me this, give me that. You just spoke your piece. You promised me like a politician. Deliver accordingly. Or get out of my face. Get out of my face. All right, bottom of the deck, Emperor in reverse. Like I said, dude is reappearing again. Okay. This is energy though. Okay, so okay. All right, so energy. This is well intended though. Okay, so energy. Okay. More like in the ethers, like beyond the veil. Okay, this is well intended though. Very discreet. I'm not going to tell you the answer. This is like this is like the LSAT or whatever kind of intense test this is. There's nuances, there's subtleties, there's like, this is life lesson shit. Have you mastered this realm of your life? And so, like, I'm not going to give you the answers, but I exist, okay? This is the ultimate power. This is like the turnkey where you, like, only you know how to turn on the car. So it's like, or open this lock, and there's a certain shimmy. There's a certain shimmy. Yeah, false advertisement for sure. Anyway, 7 of Pentacles. So be patient with yourself in the learning process, okay? I like it. Okay, second. This is the second deck. Six of Cups in reverse. Okay, again, this is well intended. This is like people at the finish line, energies at the finish line. Again, the ether material. Yeah, they're at the finish line. Like, hey, I know you can hear me. So this is kind of like somebody who like needs like is in a coma or something, and like, I know you can hear me. Get up. And then so you make it to like, we exist. Like, I know you can't see us, but we exist. Like fourth dimensional and up stuff. 10 of Swords. Okay, so so this is well intended, but this is like ether energy, okay? Yeah, again, man down. Like yeah. That's the energy there. Okay. Okay, so that's a second. Okay. So this is the third deck. Okay. Horse. It's inverted. It's a short journey. Okay. It's like, I know you hear me. Okay, so there's a sense of awareness, like bing. Okay, you're right. Hills and reversal. Obstacles to overcome. So we've overcome our biggest hurdle. And you're gonna die right there? You're gonna die right there? Even if you tripped up on the biggest hurdle, you made it over. Even if you knocked down the biggest hurdle, tower moment, biggest tower moment, you still progressed. Like, you're gonna stop right there? You're crazy. You're crazy. Don't do that. Okay. Okay, fourth deck, bottom of the deck. What is this? It's a Phoenix energy. Need I say more? Top of the deck, Page of Swords. Learning, see? Phoenix style. This is not an easy test. Not many get to this level, okay? I told you there's something bigger in mind for us. Okay, so 2 takeaways for my super duper refined divine collective. We got over here first one. Yeah. The Fool card in reversal. Okay, what does that mean? So even though it feels like we're on a journey right now, and it's a big deal, there's another one like set up right after. Page of Wands. Told you. So this is a kind of like a premeditated start. Oh my God, look, door. Opportunities are waiting for you. Crazy. Okay, clarified by. Look, the Fool card. I told you. One's waiting right after the other. How freaking weird is that? The Fool cards are the bread. The mate is the Page of Wands and the door. Okay. Okay, so this is probably the meat over here, and the Page of Wands, like the hinged part, is probably the butter that graces up the door. Something like that. Maybe the sauce, I don't know. Anyway, there's that. Okay, so that's first takeaway. Second takeaway is Ace of Pentacles, funding, funding, clarified by extroverted, death. What? Some people would die over this. This is, I don't know. Quill, get back to the basics, extroverted. Okay, so there are only 2 things certain in life, unless you live in Nevada, I learned. So that's death and taxes. They didn't know you didn't pay taxes in Nevada. How crazy is that? So get back to the basics. Okay. What this looks like is death is gonna come either way. Whether it's today, tomorrow, whatever the fuck, okay? It's gonna come. Don't fear it, okay? Don't fear the Reaper, or even the signature, okay? This is not about fearing what I'm signing up for. This is more like people should fear if they fucked me over on this thing, and I have to own up by signing for it just to progress things. They should fear whatever's going to come down on them. Life is ongoing for me. If it doesn't come to fruition in its monetary gain or whatever wealth that is meant to be under this particular agreement or contract, if it is faulty, I will attain it in some other method. And there is karma, there's binding like death shit attached to that for somebody who did me wrong. So, like, can I go wrong with that? Can I fear signing on something? If anything, I'm doing somebody a favor by correcting the terms. Okay, so that's where I'm coming from. It's not all talk because I saw what's in my deep-rooted background. There's elites and echelons would not be that interested. Certain contracts over my head, and like to set up things in a certain way to make it like digestible or make it more realistic, investments in the backdrop material to create a facade for certain scenarios to happen. I know that shit doesn't happen for any regular bitch, okay? So I don't need to kill myself over this Ace of Pentacles to come into fruition. It already exists. That's what it looks like here. Okay, so anyway, that's for my super duper refined divine collective also, okay? All right, so the finalizing card, and that is manifestation. Whatever's gonna come, this is kind of like faded material. So yeah, there should be no like, I won't incur a misstep here. If anything, maybe I'm holding up the karma that's due for these energies if I choose to like perfect every region. So things are coming to like this finalization here. And so this is about seeing it through without fear. Like, it is funded, as well as the next stop. We already saw journey to journey. Things are set up here. One opportunity to the next. All right. So 2 takeaways for my partners in peace and quiet, which includes myself. Hangman, this is awareness. Okay. Enlightenment. What I see on the outskirts is for real. And not some are not for real. But because I come in as for real, there's a huge magnetism to what is for real. So I'm collecting more of that. Okay, 7 of Cups in reverse. This is the chosen type of energy. You're chosen for a particular assignment, a particular role. Mule. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Okay. So it's kind of, that's who we interface with. Okay. All right. Pin the tail on that donkey. So it can run off with its tail between its legs if it needs to. And that's what I heard. 8 of communications. Yeah, 8 of wands, communications. There's a lot of tails attached to that donkey. A lot of attempts to pin down this donkey, like this donkey's weak points, basically, based on those terms. Like, a lot of people know these energies as to be like not just stubborn, but also like prideful, and which also means cowardice, in like not in its like emphasis in putting up so much of a facade. There's also a level of cowardice, because like that there's something about like being blindfolded in order to kind of pin down what this mule is, working at. Interesting. Okay. But there have been attempts. Okay, second takeaway. Knight of Cups. There are suitors in the stadium who agree. Six of Pentacles in reverse. Time to receive it. Yes, it's time for you to get yours. The people that put in the work and have the right are aligned to cosmic values. They agree. It's not just aesthetics. Butterfly accentuated a change for the better, and it so shall happen. Collectively speaking, the intent is real. Is becoming even realer. Extroverted. King of Swords, extroverted, and it shall happen. Archangel Michael's behind this. Sworn in. You see? Sworn in. All right. Okay. So my 3 takeaways. First one is Two of Cups. Partnerships and all of that. So are you saying that your pride gets in the way sometimes? No, I'm not saying that. I don't think it's not my pride. I'm saying it's other people's pride. If anything, this is a call to action and working on my, developing that I have a means for pride. Queen of Swords, see? I told you so. Clarified by man, dealings or a relationship with a man. And definitely that setting the tone when it comes to any kind of relationships of the opposite sex. Six of Wands. That's how to get victory. This is, again, success. Cheers to success. Or cheers to achieving the best results, basically. All right, my second takeaway is Nine of Swords. There's a huge emphasis. It's pulling an all-nighter almost. But on what? The Five of Wands in reverse. Kind of like diminishing disputes. Not trying to rile things up. This is just like, this is what's due for me. Like people, it's like commanding respect, but like how do I say it? That's basically what it is anyway. Feather inverted. Someone you know is undependable and insincere. Yeah. So that can be quite a challenge when you know personally with like the nuances of an energetic imprint that will eventually fuck you over. There's a seedling in there that and you're starting to see the signs, and it's like picking up pace by pace by pace. It's picking up the momentum where the cadence is like picking up its like certain rhythms, and so it's like you cannot deny it. So when do you like nip it? Like when do you just like say no? How do you like what? How do you bow out of that? So this is the Infinity card. I gotta read a little bit of that. Okay, so that is The universe card. The universe was created about 15 billion years ago in a huge explosion known as the Big Bang. The four fundamental forces in all particles and matter were created in the first few moments after the bang, but it took millions of years for galaxies and stars to form. The universe is still expanding, pushed on by the distant aftershock of its moment of creation. The universe card is like the world card, only it asks us to expand our awareness still further, just like the Gnosis card, right? It requires a paradigm shift in our thinking, a realization that the reality we perceive is but a tiny component of all that is. So my extraterrestrial divine fam are here. I knew I was supposed to get a card from here. I knew it. I knew it. Okay. So that's my second takeaway. So I got time to pull one card here. Ooh, I got tingles. Oh, it's an intro card about to happen. This is their version of expansion into a new realm. That's a cover card. Okay, so my third takeaway is extroverted, Eight of Pentacles, extroverted. So again, this is the energy of like surrender in a means of like low effort. Like this should come very easily. This is an energy. This is going with like the nuances of the flow. There's like a ripple effect in the flow. And so this is being kind of like flexible with all of that. That's the feels of it. Two of Cups in reversal. Incoming. Outgoing. So that also means like people come and go. Just recognizing that without taking it personal. Like, you know, there's a hop, skip, and a jump type of journey, like hopscotch. And some people step over the lines and they have to, that's on to the next person. You know, there's like a series of things that we go through in life, and some people accidentally, you know, maybe they have big feet, maybe they're a little clumsy, maybe whatever, they're not focused and they cross the line. So they have to, karma is, they have to, you know, start, you know, they have to let the next player go, that kind of energy. So anyway, cobweb, extroverted, protected from negative forces beyond your control. So this is wonderful, and seeing like this is kind of like you're safe, even with like letting go of energies. I was going to say the Big Bang Theory, people don't, certain people don't believe it, but there's still some context in there. This is the Temperance card. Everything is still in flow. Again, this is safe. Everything is truly balanced and alchemized correctly. I am the correct component for whatever this thing is. But yeah, that's it for now. I need to keep this under 12 a.m. So that's it for now. Thanks very much for all donations provided in and of light and love that reciprocate equally and therefore abundantly. But now that this reading is officially over, I call back all my power, energy, essence, gifts, strength, properties, passions, pursuits, and prospects from those that call, and loosh, from those that call upon cash, generate, bring, magnify, multiply, or any variation thereof the aforementioned ill will, intent, thought form, pattern, and or entity to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit for cleansings, for blessings, for reformatting to love and light energy, and to be refortified in me. Only me, hassle-free, no doubt, and no attachment, except for all bonus points included. Thanks so much. Okay, upon closing the portals in these readings, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas due, assisting with the sequence of rollout and light and love. I close the portals in these readings now.